have your sandwich. You said goodbye to your dragonborn lady friend there. What are you guys doing? What's your plan?
Well, if we've talked about how the stones work, we should probably try to focus on how to find Homie and use them to get to him. Because clearly, I mean, we all know how stupid he can be when he charges in with that horse and just goes into the waters and stuff with full armor. So we should probably find him and make sure he's alive, and then continue what we need to do from there.
Okay.
And find that dirty bastard. So.
Okay. So you are you guys trying to teleport to his stone?
Yeah.
All right, everyone roll a d20.
Gist.
The scary teleporting.
All right, that's everyone.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so you all obviously are successful because you now know what it takes to fail. Concentrating on Billiam, your friend Billiam and his stone. You take your 10 minutes of concentration. When you materialize again, you find yourselves in a room in the Lone Inn in Sanctuary. Next to Billiam, who is asleep, and his horse.
We wake him up.
And they very well may be in bed together. Knowing that. You wake him up?
Yeah. Very violently, shake him awake.
As you wake him up, he rolls over and sees you guys. He says, "Oh, it's good to have seen you. I teleported here yesterday. I got lost last time we tried to come here. I disappeared, ended up in the woods somehow. I had to spend the night, fought off an owlbear. There's its head over there. Those bags are full of feathers."
Wonderful owlbear.
Then I pull up my owlbear head as well.
You compare sizes and everything.
Right. Like you're late to the party, and I walk out.
No, I mean he's happy to see you all. But then he just says, "I mean, it's been a long couple of days or so, so I think I'm going to go back to sleep. But it's good to see you all."
Goodbye, Billy. Well, we know you're alive. Congrats. Now what?
And he turns back over and goes to bed after kicking you all out of his room.
I don't even want to know what he's doing with his horse.
Yeah, Grady, you guys are in Sanctuary in the inn in Sanctuary.
He was at fucking Sanctuary this whole time?
No, he said he got there yesterday morning. Basically, right as you guys were teleporting to Bastion, he ended up teleporting into Sanctuary. That's the first time he could use his stone, man. That's where he knew you guys were gonna be. So he was gonna go back and meet up with you guys last place he knew you guys were gonna be, and he decided to go gallivanting in Bastion because he thought that's where he ended up.
Scarlord, you said he was going to be in Bastion. He was here the entire time.
Honestly thought he was in Bastion. You know, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some.
Oh, he's just gonna rub his head. Just be like, well, I don't know what to do now. Well, we could always take the feathers from him and try to sell them. I don't know. Clearly, he's busy making love to his horse. Is that a term? A bitch? Bitch is that for a horse?
Oh my goodness.
Sure.
I don't like this word. It doesn't do me any good. I'm just gonna not use it anymore. It got me slapped by a lady.
Fair enough.
You're just not using it right.
I will watch when you use it correctly. Until then, I shall not call anybody that name.
Okay.
All right. So what's your guys' plan from here?
No
Well, we've
idea.
wasted our teleport for the day, apparently, because we gallivanted in Bastion.
Let's go.
We could go
ask Tom
talk
if
to.
he has anything to do.
Well, like, are we trying to find? I gotta find this dude, though. I mean, I gotta figure out where he's at, because like last time I think we left, he was in the city. Well, he wasn't even there. I think it was like a copy of him.
No, yeah, he wasn't actually there. So Edge of the Wild told the rest of the party when they met him
He's up north.
that he had heard tales of this Fang of a Snake character. He's almost become like a rumor or a legend almost, something terrorizing people up north near the Searing Basin there.
Well, then that's where we should go.
Let's go.
My quest is for that one.
Okay,
I
you
have
guys all take off
unfinished
north then?
business. I don't know how long it'll take to get there, unfortunately.
It'll take a while.
I mean,
It'll take about a week or so, probably.
And we don't know there's a stone there, so we're just gonna
There's
have
one
to
in the
foot it.
Obsidian Mountains, which is a lot closer, so we could just wait out a day and then teleport up here.
I thought that's where he said they got the obsidian.
So they
not that
know
there was
the
obsidian.
wizards know that there's one somewhere in the Obsidian Mountains. They don't know where, and other than so like you kind of have to know of the stone. You have to know the stone basically in order to teleport to it.
okay.
You guys can teleport to each other
Some
because you
kind
know
of
each other, and you
some
know
kind of-
it's common
yeah.
knowledge where the three are in the three main cities. So if you just think
According-
Obsidian Mountains, it's not going to work.
According to my
We could just roll a nat
backstory,
one
I
and
am
hope for the
from
best.
The Obsidian Mountains.
Okay, roll me a history check, and we'll see if you ever came across it. They're huge.
Because if he teleports him, you just teleport him.
Fuck.
Yeah, you never came across it.
He doesn't even remember living there.
What about Vale might have though too, because he was.
Or was it the Shadow Mountains I was from?
Veil of Shadows would have come from the Wandering Forest instead of the mountains.
Never.
I wouldn't be familiar. It wouldn't be my. I mean, the only thing we can do is just. I mean, if it's going to take a week, it's going to take a week. Let's just.
Yeah. All right. So
I mean,
let's
we
head up.
don't know there's anything. We've never came into contact with that, and clearly Billiam's very busy to say with his guy. Good job, mate. I do say, be like, somebody take the feathers. We might be able to barter for them.
You're
Clearly
stealing the
he
guy's
doesn't
poor
need 'em.
feathers? The poor guy's feathers? He killed
Hey,
an
kick us out of
owl
the
bear
room and
single-handedly.
wasted,
You don't
like,
need 'em.
3 days.
You don't need them. Nah, I don't think I would steal them. No. I'm not playing a thief.
He has two
So-
pouches of them. What's he gonna do with two of them?
I don't know. We would.
You could at least make a
He's
pillow
not here
with one of them.
to. They make fine feathers for my arrows. Nah, I'd go against my character to take from a party member.
I'm
so
just
I can't do this.
saying, when James plays again and finds out that the rest of the party stole his owl bear feathers from him, it's not going to go over well, I don't think.
Look, I'm gonna put a little.
And we almost got you guys were gonna give him a full thing of well, nobody has the
Right?
gold for that shit. But
I
like,
Yeah.
want to put little slits in the bottom of each bag.
So that they'll, like, slowly fall out.
Yeah.
Right on.
such
Okay.
that's such a dick move to a party member.
You're
Okay.
successful.
I could just suggest him to give it to me. But I don't even know what to do with all these feathers.
I think he's unconscious again right now, so I don't think he's going to be able to. But you can try that again
Yeah,
when
he
he's
won't-
awake again.
He won't hear the spell.
Right.
Yeah, he's got to be
No,
conscious.
Can I?
I mean, I'd assume like we would what time is we get back in the morning, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you left in the morning, so I mean, it's pretty instant, the
Yeah.
teleportation, so it's still
I
early.
mean,
10 minutes into
Vale,
the morning.
yeah, Vale's gonna. He's got. It's pressing, so he needs to get this done. So the sooner they get there, the better. He doesn't care whether it's by himself, with these guys, whatever. He likes them, but he feels like there's something not quite right, and it's pressing.
All right. Well, let's head up then.
Real quick, I need to refill my arrows at wherever I refill arrows at.
Okay, you can do so. what do
How
yours
much arrows
cost again? Let
cost?
me see here.
I feel like John had so many like combats ready for this, and then we just like nah. We're just
No,
Yeah, we
guys.
just-
Actually,
we
honestly,
fucked
one
around
thing.
and bashed.
Honestly, the biggest thing I'm working on right now is learning to do stuff other than combat, like create encounters outside of combat. Because honestly, combat's a lot of fun, but when you have 10 combats in a game, like our home game last week, it was a lot of fun, and the epic one at the end I thought was awesome. The last like 2 or 3 before it, it was almost a formality, and I mean, it was a dungeon crawl, so that's gonna happen, but
Yeah,
that's one thing I'm learning to get away from. As far as arrows, oops, wrong page. 20 arrows for a gold. So how many do you
I have
need?
more. I just need 10.
You need 10? Okay, 5 silver.
I still have 16, so I've got plenty for right now.
Okay.
So if all else fails, I can make a survival check and see if I can find materials to make them. So
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
Is there anywhere that I can
gonna grab a
perform
drink,
my
too.
bagpipes for people?
not in this shit.
Right now, in the morning, in the shithole town, probably not. But yeah, keep that in mind because that definitely got you gold last time.
Yeah.
With that, if there's anything else you guys need to do, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick 5 and grab something to drink as well. We probably won't go too much longer because it is getting pretty late here, but I'm okay to go another little bit here.
Got everything I need. I think I don't have really. I mean, Vale's got his sword. He's got his bow. He's got 5 gold pieces, and he smells decent. So yeah, he's fine.
Okay. All right, I'll be back in
Maybe some
5, and
food.
we'll go a little bit longer, and we'll see. Okay.
That's so funny. We spent a session fucking around in a bar, and you try to get me laid by a fucking dragonborn. That's hilarious. I like that though. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to play that out.
Yeah, this session's literally been all role playing.
Sometimes that's really cool though. I mean, you don't have to always have like a million combats, you know. I mean, it's like that's where I struggle with too, because like I want to make sure I have eight 2 or 3 combats, but I try to make sure when I play in my games that there's some social interaction too, because I really feel that that's important, at least to me. I got to do that planning for tomorrow's game actually.
John left too. Hey.
Taking a 5 because he said it's getting late, so we could go a little longer, and then after that, you know, he's probably gonna have to pass out. I think he's got to work tomorrow actually. Yeah, he's got to be in there at 11.
Ooh.
Yeah, tomorrow's my day off, so that's why I'm like, I don't care. I'm wide ass awake, but you know, he's probably gonna have to get some semblance of sleep. We were just kind of having a laugh that we spent the entire session just role playing.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes that's fun though. I mean, it's like, did he tell you what I did to your character?
No. What?
Does my mic sound?
Oh,
any better or
you'll
different?
find out.
My
Does
character?
my mic sound any better or different right now?
It's been
Man.
good. It's been
Okay.
good all night. You guys got curse marks, buddy, and you got a fever. You're a sickie from a curse mark. And
Oh, yeah.
old man Vac had to take you at a teleportation spell to Dagnan, where they're on their way
Old
to.
man Vac.
Yeah, well, that's all that we know him as again now.
Yeah.
Oh, back in your game?
He changed our
Yeah.
memory, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so confused.
had some fun with that one, right?
John, did you upload that session to your channel?
No,
We didn't have
because
to- we could do. None of us could. Yeah.
I'm essentially homeless right now. I'm moving out and haven't been able to move in anywhere yet, so I'm kind of staying here and there. And last week I hadn't moved anything out really yet, so I was just using Megan's laptop. So right now I brought my entire computer on over to her place, so I can, but I couldn't last week.
Did you end up finding a place then, man?
Tomorrow I'm going around and looking at places and to kind of nail down my choice, and then I'm
Mhm.
probably gonna have to wait till our next check in order to actually move in.
No, it's all
'Cause
good. Yeah.
My credit's so crappy that I'm gonna have to pay a full second month's rent as a deposit. and I wasn't really planning on this, so I wasn't quite ready for it.
That's
but
why I said bad things happen. You know, it's like don't feel bad. I mean, you can't help it. Somebody took a shit on you, like apparently they were a friend. I mean, that just goes to show, no, they're really not. That's not somebody you want to probably associate with anymore. So,
well, it's complicated, but yeah, I'm hopefully. I mean, hopefully the next paycheck I'll be able to move in. And Grady, actually, I'll talk to you about something later. But anyway, everyone's back. Let's stop talking about John's living arrangements.
I'm not trying to. Yeah, my bad. Dude.
No, you're fine. It's all good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Just making sure you're okay. All right. So,
yeah, I'm fine.
My bad.
I'm fine.
John, you can move in with me.
Oh, Grady, that's never ever going to happen.
I told him he could move
I would
in
sleep.
With me and
I would rather.
Give me a good reason to clean.
Yeah, I would rather sleep under an overpass than move back in with you. It has nothing to do with you.
I bet he'd be pretty cool to live with, man. He's a cool dude.
Grady? Oh yeah, no, him alone for sure. Like, but he lives at home right now. I'm not doing that.
Same.
No. I ain't doing that, man.
I'm sad. We could get a studio apartment together, John. How about that?
Grady, no.
I got big boy pants.
I could
got
have
big
a
boy
studio.
pants.
Grady, you can move on down here. We'll get a 2-bedroom together.
It's expensive.
Good idea.
You could afford it down here, actually,
What?
though.
Indianapolis? No, not nearly as bad as Chicago.
Yeah.
Not even.
No,
close.
you could actually totally afford it down here.
How
But,
much is it?
you know, you're honestly at Pickwick, where Steve lives, 2-bedroom, $660.
What?
Yeah.
Well, they raised it, but
They
like that
just
one
emailed
bedroom
me.
for
They just
you-
emailed me telling me
did
that.
they?
Yeah.
Oh, then they got a deal going on. Yeah, like with
Yeah.
on my dog, my rent, I'm paying like $750. But yeah, they must have.
You also might have like a better. Well, and you got the dog also, and you might have a better model. But like the base 2-bedroom, 2-bed, 1-bath for $660. So anyway,
Yeah,
why are we talking
I've got
about
two
this?
bathrooms.
Hey, welcome back to
it's
D&D, everybody.
Relevant.
Welcome back to HGTV. Today we're talking about apartment hunters.
right. Like what the hell?
This is about apartment hunters.
Hey, so you guys have all decided to go ahead and take on off. Was there anything else anyone needed to do before leaving? I know a couple of you jumped off to grab drinks as well. Nothing. Cool. You guys are venturing forth. Go ahead and give me a marching order here.
First.
All right.
I'll go ahead and sprout my wings and fly second.
An apartment in Bastion costs 3 boar's heads per month.
That actually might be feasible. Nice.
How much does the boar's head cost? Next time we go there, I might pick myself up an apartment.
Good lord, now that's canon. God damn it.
Well done. I'm gonna find 3 boar's heads so I can actually have a home. That'd be fantastic. I'll go second. I don't care.
I'll go third, and I'm gonna summon my longbow.
All right. Alrighty.
Alright, so then am I actually going last?
Yeah.
Alright.
You're up in the sky, so you're not really low.
Sounds good.
Just up there.
I assume I've just got used to you just flying above.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
assuming
I guess
you're
I'll
flying,
just
right?
Fly up straight above. I'll just be in the middle-ish.
All right.
You might get a mansion for that in Sanctuary.
We could
What
have a
type of
castle
head?
there where we stay. The keep.
Oh, good lord. All right.
Adventurers keep.
All right, so you guys are venturing on forth. A couple of days go by with actually no sign of much danger or anything.
Good roll.
So,
What
well,
is
it's a
a
D3 that I
What does
rolled.
that look like?
Well, those don't actually exist. You would
It's-
essentially roll a
yeah, it's
D6
just
and
a-
have it. But since roll 20, you can roll whatever you want to.
Yeah. You need
but it's not a real dice.
D1000s.
You know,
Right,
this is
right,
like an
exactly.
unmapped area, but they mapped all around it.
Oh, I can roll a D1 million.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, so you guys are venturing on. I need to grab my things here.
Or D100 million, my bad. That's
all right.
damage. That's the damage I deal.
So as you, good lord, as you venture onward, you don't seem to be having any problems here wandering through the grassland areas, the plains, a little bit of forest. As you get closer and closer to kind of where you ended up finding the hobgoblin mage there, it's getting more and more desert-like. Still, nothing too terrible has come across your paths. You're getting better at walking through the lands, avoiding anything, kind of coming after you there. As you get into the desert, another day or so of travel comes by, and you're well into the desert here. So on the map, you guys are going to be somewhere around here. At this point, off in the distance, I'm going to need everyone to, or actually not everyone, just the person in front, make me a perception check. And Vigar, I'll let you do it as well since you're flying overhead.
Is it the sky fairies?
We see nothing. We suck.
Nothing at all.
We're really bad at this.
Nothing
You're not as
at
good
all.
as your ancestors.
Right.
That was a lot more perceptive.
So you definitely
That's harsh.
don't notice anything in advance. Honestly, part of it is due to the fact that the thing that you end up noticing, its skin is really similar color to the landscape around you. For a while, it almost just looks like there's another sand dune. But go ahead and bring you guys on over here.
We're gonna die.
That's possible.
It's really not so bad.
I trust him. He's died before.
All right, so over here on the map, if you guys scroll on down, you should see yourselves there. Do you guys see your characters?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. So here, eventually, you end up coming across something that catches you by surprise almost, because you thought it was almost just another sand dune. But you end up seeing that.
The Cyclops?
Actually,
That
I
is
don't see
definitely a Cyclops.
Oh man, let's blind him.
Pocket sand.
So you end up seeing off in the distance there this large hulking figure holding a gigantic club in one hand, wearing kind of like animal skins around him, just with one eye, just kind of drooling, just staring at you, kind of approaching. He's just kind of been waiting for you almost, and he looks a little hungry. At this point, everybody, go ahead and we are going to roll initiative.
Sorry, I have to reload. I couldn't see anything, so.
So glad that
No
natty
worries.
one's out of the way.
Yep.
Oh, I learned how to do it.
Yeah. Way to go.
Teaching Dungeons and Dragons to people, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
John, Dungeon Master God. I guess we could call you that, John Cena. That's a pretty good compliment. I think Cena.
John Cena. Good lord, why and how did that ever become a meme?
The same way everything else becomes a meme, John.
That's true. Random
Same
shit.
thing we do
If
every day,
Tide
Pinky.
Pods can become a meme.
Oh, good lord,
John
yeah.
Cena can become a meme. That should
Right.
not be the one that is in question.
That's fair.
Man, what?
You've seen, speaking of crazy things that have happened in 2018, have you seen Elon Musk's flamethrower yet?
No?
No.
He's selling flamethrowers right now.
What?
Because he
I'm
can.
gonna try to open it in Chrome because, like, for some odd reason, Firefox isn't working. I don't know why.
Oh,
No
wow.
worries. Whenever you get in, go ahead and roll your initiative, and if you beat Zosa, then I'll let you just go. But as of right now, Zosa, you're first, so I'll let you go ahead and take your turn.
He sold 10,000
In
flamethrowers
48
hours.
hours.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Who did
This
that?
company's the boring company. That's amazing.
Can I like do any kind of check to see if I know if he can like understand me or anything?
Ooh.
It's like $500.
Do I know if I can speak to him?
Go ahead and make. I guess that would be a history check.
His history. No.
You've never encountered a Cyclops before, and you've never really studied up on them, so you're not quite sure what languages they speak or understand, if any.
Let's see. I'll stay where I am for now. I'm just gonna stand back here. Oh, I'll hold my action though, in case he.
All right, what are you holding your action for? What are you gonna do, and what's the trigger?
If he attacks, like if he can get in range and attack one of us, I'll shoot him.
Okay, shoot him with your bow, rather.
My bow and arrow.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. All right. Are you in yet, Vale?
Negative.
Okay.
It's trying to load. I don't know what's going on. Could be my internet. Who knows?
Well, you're coming across over here fine still, so.
Hey, they're looking for an electrical engineer at his company.
You look like you're in game right now.
I'm gonna try and suggest
Really slow.
when he gets close there.
Is he technically a humanoid or not?
No.
No.
I guess the answer is you don't know, but I just told you, so.
Oh, is that something that you're not supposed to know?
Well, I mean, if you do you know it or not? Like, I mean, that's something that normally that would really probably be a history check. To kind of determine, what do you think? You know what I mean? Like, is your character able to figure it out?
A thing that looks like a humanish.
I mean, it's a humanish shape. It's just gigantic. But no, it's not considered humanoid. It's classified differently.
Well, 20 years later, I think I'm in.
You're in? Awesome. If you're able to, roll me some initiative.
All them natty ones.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't even know what I rolled. I can't see it, so I just clicked it, and it's being really stupid.
You can't see? Still?
I can now. Oh, wow. Whopping 4. Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Zosa just went. It's the Cyclops' turn. He's going to go ahead and move on up here. From there...
Dude, this character is cursed.
Just out of range. He's going to go ahead and throw a rock at Star-Lord there. It's going to be at disadvantage.
Huh?
So 13 to hit?
Yep.
13 hits? Oh, man.
All right.
Oh my god.
Are you dead?
This is a good time to die.
No, he's still
I
up,
don't see
barely.
you guys.
So,
Wait, can I use Stone's Endurance?
Oh, yeah, go for it. So the Cyclops grabs a big old rock from his pack, or his satchel that hangs to his side, and just like hurls it, which just smacks straight into Star-Lord, doing some massive damage to him. Too bad you rolled low there.
Fuck that shit.
Vigor, your turn.
I'm
rolled
gonna hit
real
him
good,
with
man.
a ray of frost.
All right. Yeah, 24 is definitely gonna hit.
And also,
so it does 2 damage, and what else?
Reduces his movement speed.
By 10.
By 10.
Okay, cool. All right.
For the next turn.
Are you moving or anything?
I'm gonna back up.
You were just in range. That's crazy.
Yeah, that thing throws big rocks.
I'm gonna back up.
it kind of hurt. He
All
crit
right.
that, or is that?
Veil of Shadows.
Fuck.
No, that's
really,
just
really
damage.
Close. Got an
It's
18.
the rock is 4d10 plus 6.
Fuck this guy. I'm gonna shoot him with an arrow. Like I'm like, oh, we might want to run. I'm like, I've learned my lesson last time. I mean, there's only one of him, thank God, but still.
He's gigantic, though.
Yeah, sometimes even with one that's still, we clearly he can. I wonder if we got closer to him, if he could still hit us with that big ass fucking rock. Does he have any weapons or something on him, or is it just like a club or something?
He's got a great club.
Yeah, we're kind of hosed. We may have to try to pepper him.
Yeah. 15 hits for a total of 10 damage. Is that right? Is that how that works?
I can't see it. I'm literally like clicking buttons.
Gotcha.
So it's weird.
With a bow, the second thing that rolls is you use your bonus action essentially to use both of those attacks. Right?
Yeah, it's my bonus action.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
It's gonna
So yeah, it's a total
okay.
of 10.
Now I see it. I got it fixed. So it's 10.
Cool. So an arrow hits him in the knee there, Skyrim style, and he takes a little bit of damage there, but doesn't really seem to be slowed down at all by it.
Do you get advantage for trying to shoot large monsters?
No, sadly.
I don't know. I'm not a ranger. It's just a ranged weapon. So I'll move. He said he could throw that thing 60 freaking feet.
So his he was 40 feet away from Scarlord, and he had to throw at disadvantage because of his how far away he was. Fair enough.
That ends my turn.
Scarlord.
And we're way too fucking poor for healing potions.
Get behind me, Scarlord.
Some of you guys have some.
Can't move that
Do we?
far.
Who has one? I don't have it.
You don't.
I think
But-
Sosa has them all.
I have one that I found. I took it because
Didn't we get healing potions from the chest or whatever in the graveyard?
I gave that to Veil of Shadows, and then I gave the other one Scarlord.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Scarlord, do you have one still right now?
You just took it right away, Vale, because you were dying.
I believe
Oh.
so. I didn't mark it down when I got it, but I haven't unmarked anything.
I don't think he was hurt when you guys got to him. I don't think he was dying.
Because I was handing them out, and I was like, "Here, have one."
Right, I don't think that
know
one's
I
been
didn't
drank.
take it.
So because the one I have written down is from the box last
Yeah.
night.
Right.
So can I mix that and this potion of giant strength together, and just take it as a shooter?
If you're using your full action, then yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
And can I? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, what is a health potion? A D12?
No, the health potion is 2d4 plus 2.
Not quite that sexy.
Sweet. That is.
Hey, that's max. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's
yeah.
huge. Super huge.
And then, what is the potion of giant strength?
Yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and roll something here real quick. All right, so it ends up only becoming a potion of hill giant strength. So it's the weakest of the 5 that it could have been. But basically what it does, it actually doesn't affect your intelligence at all. I got that wrong. But it changes your strength score into 21 for 1 hour. So you essentially have +5 for your strength modifier right now. All right, that your turn?
Can I rage?
You can, just remember the rule. If you do not make an attack...
I plan on losing it, just in case I get attacked again. I'd like it to be half.
Okay. So, you go ahead and rage. Now, if you still make an attack, since you did this at the end of your turn, I'll say if you make an attack on your next turn, you'll still keep it. Or if you take damage, of course.
I guess I could, poke you with a claw or something.
Yeah, that's a strategy you use sometimes. Zosa, your turn.
Let me double check. I'm gonna go ahead and hex him.
Okay.
Let's see. It'll be on wisdom saves.
Wisdom saves, okay.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm getting the heck away from him.
We're all scared after seeing our buddy get cracked with a freaking boulder. We're like, oh, fuck this shit.
What was the button to see? Oops. What was the button that popped out the ruler in here? Ooh, another icon.
Yeah, the ruler, just see how far yeah.
Because John told us a way to show.
Oh, you hit spacebar after you pick up your token.
Oh, okay. And that'll end my turn.
All right. His turn. He has 10 feet of movement taken off, so this is as close as he can get to you guys. He goes. He picks up from his bag. He ends up having 1 rock left. This is the last rock that you see in his bag, though. Who all damaged him? Veil of Shadows did, and Vigar is the one who made him slow. I think he's going to go ahead and throw it at Veil of Shadows. This is going to be at disadvantage, though.
It's a good day to die.
Good lord.
I'm down.
With disadvantage, man.
That's a 20-roll, right?
Yeah.
I'm down. This character's doomed. I want to roll one though so bad. I gotta roll another character. This character's completely doomed. Oh,
that's his turn. Vigar.
And I'm out.
Oh man.
Fuck.
You see Veil of Shadows go down.
Hold on.
Can you stop going down?
Alright, I'm going to cast
Dude,
Scorching...
throw a rock at me.
I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
I have 20 hit points, man.
Do I roll the whole thing twice? Is it twice?
It's 3 times total. So yeah, 2 more.
And I roll the whole thing to hit and everything?
Yep. Because they're 3 separate rays. The first 2 hit, the last one was not, so that's a total of 16 fire damage.
And I'm going to cast Quicken Spell.
Okay. That's 2 sorcery points, is that right?
Yeah. Whoops. And I'm gonna do Magic Missile as well.
Woohoo! Alright, so that's gonna auto hit for a total of 11 damage. So you just...
How far can I run away?
You just pound this thing.
30.
You've got your 30 feet of movement, right?
Yep.
You also have that, Grady, you also have that as a bonus... No, because you just took a spell as a bonus action. Is your special Storm Sorcerer thing a bonus action, or do you just get it when you cast a spell?
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Okay. So yeah, 30 feet away.
I request a free action as I fall to the ground, please.
Go for it.
Avenge me!
So the Cyclops throws his last rock, heaves it at Veil of Shadows, and it just crushes him. You even hear like bones breaking and such as he just gets crushed under the weight of this massive boulder. As soon as it leaves his arm though, two bolts of fire just smack into his torso there, with a third one just nearly missing his head. As he turns to face the source of what just happened to him, 3 arcane bolts of energy just smack right into his abdomen there. He just kind of like snarls at Vygar there.
And then he runs.
Veil of Shadows, go ahead and roll a death save.
I don't think I ever want to play a monk again, actually. This is everybody's like, monks are OP. No, they're fucking not. I'm getting that shit kicked out of me.
Barbarian Goliaths are...
I don't know if you see it, but you succeeded.
You're doing better.
Scarlord.
It's already a bonus, yeah.
Me?
If they get one shot.
You do still have your rage until the end of this turn. So
I'm attacking.
go for it. Reckless or no?
No.
Nope. From here on out, you gotta tell me before the roll.
Like, no.
Oh, I'm never gonna recklessly attack this thing for how bad it hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that you're totally fine. But from here on out, because I've been letting you get away with it, but from here on out, you got to tell me before the roll if you're attacking recklessly. That said, that's a total of 9 damage because you're raging, right?
Correct.
That's a good cleave. You're not used to going up against something larger than you, and you're just loving the challenge. That first hit knocked you, but now you're super excited. You run up and slash at it, and where normally you'd be slashing at an enemy's head, you kind of cleave the upper thigh. Does some damage, and you get his attention again. Zosa, your turn.
I'm looking through spells real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and try suggestion in common.
Okay.
And so, well, he has to make a wisdom saving throw against my spell. Say, is it 14, I believe?
Yeah, so
He has to be able
nothing...
to understand me, but I don't know.
Where does it say that? That can hear and understand you.
Yeah. Oh,
What are you suggesting it does?
guide us through the desert.
So it doesn't speak common is the thing. That said, I'm going to go ahead and let you try. In addition to using the words to telling it to guide you, is there anything else you would do to try and help it understand, in lieu of knowing that it might not speak the language that you're saying?
Can I make a little heart symbol with my hands?
Okay. Let me go ahead. It's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
This is going to be at disadvantage. That's a 7. What's your DC?
14.
Okay. So he fails that. I'm also going to need you to make a, since we're kind of like breaking the rules of this a little bit, make me a persuasion check as well real quick.
Oh, good thing wait, no. I got deception.
He's got the high charisma.
Still use your charisma mod, though.
Do not dumpster this.
And with that, the Cyclops just kind of like looks at you, tilts its head a little bit, and does anybody here speak Giant? Scarlet might.
I speak Giant.
You speak Giant? Okay. And you understand, no one else understands what he says, but he says, in Giant, he just says, friends? As like a question.
Yes.
Scarlet immediately just says, yes, yes. And with that, he stops attacking.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my god.
Well played.
So
fucking played.
when I use suggestion, my eyes turn all like rainbow color, like in the Jungle Book when Koss hypnotizes Mowgli.
Yes.
Fantastic. Oh.
It's amazing, the Ka hypnotizing thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so I go over and try and stabilize Veil of Shadow.
Make a medicine check.
Oh god.
I will also do that.
I will also do
Yeah,
that.
that's fine. That's fine. The 16 totally works. He's stabilized. He's not up. He's unconscious, but he's stabilized.
Okay, then I'm gonna continue.
I'll just want to
And-
pet the cat.
My new giant.
He will wake up in 2 hours.
Well, suggestion lasts for 8, so...
Would I be able to put
Suggestion
him
lasts
on
for
my
8.
back as I fly?
Yeah, I'd have you make a strength check though, because, I mean, what do you weigh, Veil of Shadows? Do you have that written down?
Oh god. I mean, he's gotta be. I don't even remember here. Normally, I'm pretty good about that, but I don't know if I did it on
That's
this.
fine. While you're looking at it or thinking about it, just to clarify, the Cyclops here is not guiding you anywhere. It did not understand that. What it understood is we're friends. So it is not attacking you, and it would probably rush to your defense. But that's kind of it. It's just kind of chilling here right now.
So, how's it going, bud?
I was hungry. I thought food, not food.
Well, I mean, maybe the cat looks good, but none of us really look good.
Cat not friend?
Oh. Cat friend.
Oh,
Cat pet.
cat pet.
Pet. You want to go pet the cat?
Yes.
Okay. Come on. We go pet the cat.
So
I officially
With the
fucking
crushed bones and everything?
I
Oh.
officially fucking hate this character.
So the Cyclops kind of bends down and goes. He doesn't know his own strength, so he goes to just like almost slap him. As Scarlet says, "Be careful," though, he watches himself and gently pets the cat as his hand covers almost his whole body.
You broke the cat, just so you know.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Thought food.
Oh, can I give the Cyclops my potatoes?
he
Oh.
I told you
he
this would come in
accepts and
handy.
eats them in like one bite there. Yeah.
Told you never know if something comes in handy. There you go.
That's amazing.
Yeah, welcome to D&D. One of the most oddest piece of shit comes in handy.
Yep.
Welcome.
The last game I played, I had a
Oh,
bag
whoops,
of
that was a save.
and they came in handy.
I just say I'm like
I mean, same
$1.65.
thing.
That's all I can think of. Because he's well built, but he's not like stocky like our Goliath would be. So.
I can carry you if you can't.
Yeah. I just didn't
Yeah.
want him to be in
You're
front.
unable to carry him flying, sadly.
Yeah, I just didn't want him to be in front with him on your back.
I won't take the lead then. I'll go
Can I
middle or
hug the
something.
I'll
Cyclops?
take the lead.
What about the Cyclops?
Can I hug him?
Yeah. He accepts your hug.
This has been one fucked up session, and I'm loving every minute of it.
It's so weird.
Oh, can I pour the healing potion down Veil of Shadow's mouth?
If we're recording this one, can we please change this to "How can we fucking kill the cat today?" title?
It's recording,
Please.
so
Okay.
yeah, you can go ahead and pour it down his throat if you want to, but
Don't forget.
the
We're
threat has
faster.
passed.
We shooted it.
So he's stabilized, so he's not going to die. So you might want to hold on to it, let him rest up instead.
If you
That's up
do
to
it,
you.
don't forget to breathe down his nose because that. Wow.
Apparently.
Would it work better and faster if he parachuted it?
I mean, if it's like, I guess we could use short rest rules. I mean,
Burn
I'm
up
not
the
going to try to
ticket.
metagame, but
That's what I would do.
you
Yeah.
guys do what you want, so.
Yeah, we could do a short rest and have how long does suggestion last for?
8 hours.
8
8
hours.
hours.
Concentration, 8 hours.
Yeah. I mean, we could just do a short rest, but like, I don't think any of us actually need the short rest, except for maybe the giant to spend the hit die.
Yeah, he got cracked. I mean, he did that first rock. I think did like 31 to Trevor, and he one-shot me. I'm like, fucking hate me. 20 hit points sucks.
Because suggestion is concentration, right?
Yeah, but he can keep it as long as he doesn't like.
As long as he doesn't fall
normally-
asleep, right?
No, well, that
Right.
you can't like. If you take damage, you normally have to make what they call a concentration check to see
Right.
if it holds.
Yeah,
Yes.
but like I'm saying, if we do a short rest, Zosa can't sleep. Is what I'm basically saying.
I don't need to sleep.
You wouldn't need to anyway. A short rest would be considered like an hour.
Right.
So it's literally you guys talking to the giant while the cat is like, "Dear God, save me again! I'm really bad at this dying thing." Oh fuck me. Okay.
All right, yeah, let's do the short rest then.
Okay, so you guys successfully take a short rest. I mean, even if anything was going to encounter you, the Cyclops is on your side and will destroy it. For beating the encounter, I'm still going to give you guys the XP, though, so between the four of you...
Sweet.
Here. Each of you gets 575. I mean, the short rest goes by fine. Veil of Shadows can roll hit dice.
What
Obviously,
is,
I think you
level
already...
4 at?
2700.
Yeah, 2700.
Ooh, I'm close.
Where you at, kid?
2362.
Nice. Keothi, where are you?
What?
How many XP are you at?
2850.
Nice,
Still
nice.
low.
Next long rest he levels. So. All right. After your rest, you leave your Cyclops friend here and venture on.
I ask him. Oh, he can't even understand me.
Yeah,
Do you
he
wanna
can't
wait
understand
an
what you're
hour
saying.
before Vale can carry himself again.
Oh yeah, you guys waited. I thought.
I thought you said short rest was 1.
Yeah, short rest is an hour, which you guys just took, and he healed up.
Yeah, but you said he wakes up after 2.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So do you
Said,
sit
what
around
was
for
that,
2 hours then instead?
575, you said?
Yeah. If you're rolling those d12s as your hit dice, remember you also get to add your Constitution modifier.
The first one was my hit die, the 11. The second one was just so I don't have to roll later for my more hit points from leveling.
Oh,
No,
gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha,
yeah.
okay.
I think I'm at 2362 because I think I'm behind. So
Oh, that's what I meant as well.
Yeah, well, everyone's at different levels now, because...
Yeah, because I'm at 3562.
Oh,
Yeah,
me and
Zosa's
Steven
the
should be at the
furthest.
same one because we missed the last session.
And
we were at the other one.
Billiam got extra for killing the owlbear by himself.
That's right, he might be farther than you, then. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm ahead of him now
Okay,
because of the Cyclops encounter.
gotcha. Alright, so, you leave your Cyclops friend behind and move forward?
I get all teary-eyed as I wave goodbye.
He
Gladly.
does the same, tears up, and gives you one of these.
You know, the best thing about that suggestion spell is he'll never know. I mean, he might, if we left a good enough impression on him, if we come across him again, it's not like charm where you know you've been charmed.
I'll
Suggestion
say
is more
the suggestion's different, plus the potatoes certainly did help. He was hungry, and you deprived him of a meal, but then you gave him a little
And
something
he-
at least.
He pet me gently.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a conversation with Kyo.
Yeah. Him and Keothi became acquaintances at least.
BFF. Fucking mate, man. This character.
So.
It's meant to die, man.
I know, right?
It's fucking meant to die.
So on the map, you guys are here. There's that town Milgrig up to the left there. The Searing Basin is up further to the northeast. Which way are you guys going?
Jeez Louise. I mean, it's really... I know, right? So how far away from... We're close to a civilization just because my map keeps screwing up here.
About halfway.
Yeah, it's at this point it's probably another day's travel or so to a town. It's not one of the 3 main civilized cities. You're not quite sure what you would find there, but it is a town that you know of. And then, or you can just continue along the wilderness towards the Searing Basin.
I know what Vale would want to do, even though Steve is really hurt right now with his character. Vale will want to continue on. That's what he's gonna do. Stubborn, dead kitty. Yeah.
You said the one things are not towns, but like landmarks or something. Symbol.
Yeah. So those guys, they are towns of sorts. They're settlements, but they're not. Except for Mist, Bastion, and Sanctuary, those 3. Except for those 3, the other ones are not like one of the main civilized settlements. They're not run mainly by like humans, elves, dwarves, even Goliaths, Dragonborn, Tabaxi. It's you find a much bigger mix, and you'll find things like goblins, orcs, kobolds very readily in some of those other towns. You're not quite sure. They don't really communicate very well. There's no diplomacy really between them and any of the main settlements that you know of. So it's always a risk, but it is a town that people know of, and there are people, humans, Tabaxi, what have you, that have stayed in and ventured through those towns before.
Is this like one of those situations where like a Moss Esper or something, or was that not a greater hive of scum of villainy?
Kinda.
Star Wars moment.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I suppose. It's maybe more like Hut-controlled space rather than Republic-controlled space.
Yeah, it's dirty. It's my kind of town. I mean, no, wrong story. Yeah. I mean, Vale will want to go on, but if he's outnumbered, I mean, he clearly hurt. It's like, clearly I can't survive on my own nowadays, apparently. So, fuck. I'm getting really good at this dying thing.
Should we try the town?
Keo's indifferent.
Well, maybe the town will have more information.
Maybe it'll have some bitches.
It's a good way of looking at it. Info is always good. I mean, I did just get cracked by this big fucking rock. Information might not be a bad idea. I keep seeming to wander into bad things.
Vigo, any opinion?
Nah.
Alright, so we've got 2 pretty indifferent. One who seems to want the town, one who seems to want to keep going forward. Let's,
I'm gonna flip a coin for how I feel about it then.
Alright, go for it.
You could just roll a d20.
I could.
Roll a d2.
Yeah, odds or evens. Yeah.
Alright, I want to press forward.
Yep, so do I.
Alright. So, with that, the party decides to press on this way. I need Teothi to go ahead and roll me 3 d12s.
Why?
You already know.
Yeah, that totally didn't do
Slash
anything.
messed it up.
There we go.
A 9, 6, and a 4. Okay. So you travel on through for a few days there and encounter nothing, surprisingly enough. It's been about 3 days since you encountered your Cyclops friend. You're somewhere around here.
Does that mean we would have had a long rest? A long 3 days?
Yes, you've taken long rests here, so everyone's healed up and everything, whatever else you need.
All your bones are fixed.
On this third day here,
Welcome to it, you know? That's how 5e works. I'm not going to complain. That's why I like it. I'm like, magically, I'm better.
On this third day here, I am going to make you guys go through the whole watch system, though. So, who wants first watch, second, third, and fourth?
First. Oh, second, then.
We can take first together.
I don't want to do that.
Fuck you. I'll go first.
I'll go third.
And Vale fourth?
Well, who has dark
clearly.
vision?
I do. I do
Me
have
too.
dark vision. So
I think everyone but Star-Lord.
So we're having the person who can't see in the dark.
Alright, I'll take
the
first
dark
with him.
Maybe like the sun's not fully down yet.
Yeah, but you're doing it for hours. You're not.
That's true.
It's 2 hours.
Together.
So it's the two of you together at first, and
Yeah,
then
rest.
Zosa, and then Vale? Is that how you're doing it?
clearly I had a very extended nap. I think I'll be okay. So
Okay.
I'll take any caution.
One of you, either Vigar or Keothi, whoever wants to do it, roll a perception check with advantage.
What? Okay.
I just did it because I have dark. Oh yeah, I have dark vision, so I feel like it would make more sense.
I agree.
Alright. Yeah, through the night, you hear kind of some weird noises, but nothing seems to immediately dangerous or anything like that. For the most part here, you're kind of looking out, enjoying the time spent together, getting to know each other a little bit better. Eventually, you do hear you're in a pretty open area. There are some trees here and there. You seem to see off in the distance there a pair of glowing eyes.
Can I see that
Only for
too?
a split second. Keothi, no, you
can
don't see
too?
him.
I'll just tell him what I saw. I'll just be like, hold on. Just saw like glowing eyes over there. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Do you think we should wake them up or just?
Vigar, real quick, make me a history check. Right. The way those eyes glowed, they almost look like what Veil of Shadow's eyes look like in the dark.
They looked a lot like our cats. what's his race called again?
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi.
They looked like a Tabaxi's eyes.
well, I like pet.
You see him flash again, just
We should
momentarily, and then disappear.
Just me or him too?
Just you.
fine.
Just you.
I just saw it again.
Let's wake up. Let's wake him up.
All right.
I'll go
We'll
get
just
the
go
kid.
wake him up.
As you turn to wake them up, something just kind of runs into the center of camp and very loudly yells, "Well, hello, friends!" Everyone at this point does wake up, and Keothi and Zosa recognize this fellow as Edge of the Wild.
Hello, friend.
Hi!
I'm scared that you could have started with that.
I thought I'd have a little bit of fun. I recognized you from a little ways away. I've been making my travels here. I was going to set up camp when I noticed yours. I figured I'd come say hi.
Right.
Did you tell that one guy he was a bitch?
I haven't seen him yet. I've been over around the mountains. Well, I'm headed towards the mountains rather. I just came from the east there, or the west there rather. From Milgrig actually. Place isn't too pleasant right now, I would say.
It's a good thing we didn't go.
Oh, you were thinking about going there. Ho ho ho. Not unless you're looking for a fight. The town is torn apart by civil war right now.
We should go
If you want to fight, that's you'll find one there. The goblins and the orcs, they're fighting each other to a stalemate right now. I'm sure whichever side you prefer would be more than happy to have the help.
Take a coin flip.
Well, enough about me. What are you guys doing out here?
On the road again?
I mean, basically, yeah. I mean, we're trying to look for the homie, the bad kitty.
Fang.
Yeah, motherfucker. That guy.
Yeah, you were talking about him. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I hear he's near the basin. There is another town on the far side of the basin there that might be able to help you out more. They're the ones who are in the area. They might have more information. I'm not sure. Not sure what all you'll find there. It's always different every time I go. But you have luck there.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
That sounds good.
Can I persuade him into coming along with us?
You can certainly try.
Does that have to be an insight?
No, that's actually pretty good for persuasion. He kind of looks at you and smirks and says, that's a tempting offer, but my business lies elsewhere.
Can I also try?
No.
Damn. When in doubt,
Can I
suggest.
intimidate him?
Sure.
Yeah, oh god, here we go. Yeah. Does he? Yeah, I was thinking.
Oh man,
fuck.
what do you do to try to intimidate him?
Fuck me.
I'm gonna be like, I think you should come with. It's a better choice. I'm just gonna like give him that look.
Well,
Think I?
was I mistaken in thinking that we were friends?
No.
Well, in that case, I think I'll press on.
Okay. If I would have said no, would you have came with us?
I'm not sure what would have happened.
I still
Probably
think
fought.
about you're not too great with it.
He laughs at that because he knows how poorly he performed last time you guys fought together. But he does stick with you for the rest of the night at least. What was that, Sosa?
What does he look like?
You.
What does he look like again?
So he's a
I think this is the
tabaxi.
first time
He's
I've seen him.
yeah. So he's a tabaxi. He is brown with lighter brown stripes. So he's like a dark brown with light brown stripes. He wears leather armor and a green cloak over his back there. He's got a long bow and a couple of short swords at his side.
I'm not interested in him. He doesn't have anything cool on. Unless he's got a good story to tell. I mean, I'm always let down for a good story, so...
Oh, so if you ask for a story, he begins to share about his travels, about the last time that he was out near the out in the wandering forest and came across all manner of things. He talks about some fey creatures he encountered there, and just kind of goes on and on with some storytelling.
Apparently, I've gotten really good at dying and not dying. I wish I could have something as interesting as that, but we'll just have to see.
I'm sure you'll have something fun here. With that, he stays the rest of the night with you guys. I'll say for everybody else, I'm not going to make you roll or anything. That's the only thing that happens that evening. In the morning, when you go to wake everyone else up, he says goodbye and goes off his own way towards the mountains there. You guys press on, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we should probably go to that town he was talking about. It sounds like he knows what he's talking about. He's more familiar with this area than what we are.
He is. So pressing on further, you are currently in kind of like a regular grassland. As you get closer and closer to the Searing Basin, though, the grassy landscape that you've been traveling in begins to brown and eventually turn turn, it becomes like dead grass, and then it becomes like almost cracked earth, and very, very not pleasant, I would say. When you get around a mile away from the basin, you come to this. You see the grass around is kind of brown. There's brown dirt in front of you, essentially. And up ahead, you see a large white tree. The tree seems to be dead, as it has no leaves on it, and it seems to be spreading some sort of death into the grassy landscape around it. In addition to everything browning, leading from the tree itself, there's this black, cracked earth that almost looks vine-like in the way it just kind of comes from the tree there. You guys are currently... I'll go ahead and put you on the map here. You're not in that black area. You guys are right down in here.
Well, that is hideous. We should leave it alone.
I'm not doing that. I want to go see what it's all about.
Well, you can fly on over there, mate.
Yeah, we don't have wings. I'm hesitant because, like, does anybody make like a perception to see if like or Arcana? I mean, because clearly it can't be good.
Yeah, I was gonna do an Arcana check, but I don't want to fly into it just yet.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead and
spreading some
Arcana,
kind of death.
Perception, whatever you want to try and look into.
Can I detect magic on it?
Go ahead. So, Vigar, you don't seem to see anything magical about it. Zosa, you cast Detect Magic, and right now there doesn't really seem to be anything magical outside of, I believe one of you still has a health potion, you can detect that.
Doesn't it only
I believe
go
that's all
30
that's
feet,
magical
too?
on your people, so...
What I got from the SRD says visible object, so.
Well,
Okay.
I guess we could walk on it.
I'm gonna fly over it too.
I'll go over there.
I'm gonna sit
I'm
back
actually
here.
gonna walk to here, and I'm just gonna kind of dip my foot
Okay.
in.
So right now, Vigar is hovering over.
Take a dip.
Theothi steps on in there. Veil of Shadows and Zosa, you're staying away from it, right?
I'll cover him, but I've had enough bad stuff happen. I need to be a little bit more careful because I mean, the one just doesn't walk into something that clearly reeks of death.
One does not simply just walk into the death tree.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Scarlord,
It's like
go ahead
when I
and
walk in here.
Scarlord, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw real quick.
Oh no.
Factor saving throw.
Saving throw.
Oh.
Scarlord, you step in. As soon as you step in, you're unable to move.
Can he speak?
No. Unable to
Like,
move,
no.
unable to speak. You
No
are
voices either?
paralyzed right now.
Cool.
You hear this whispering in your head that just says, "Stop moving." That's all for right now. The rest of you notice that he's not moving anymore.
Good time.
Me too. Do I notice it as well?
You're not looking at him, are you?
Nope.
So probably not.
Alright.
You're
we're
hovering over by the
covering.
tree.
Clearly, I can see him. I mean, we could try to pull him out of there, I suppose.
I mean, if no one else says anything about him being paralyzed, I'm gonna try and touch the tree.
Okay, you touch
I
the
would
tree.
Touch the tree.
Vigar, make a Wisdom saving throw. Okay. So Vigar, you hear this whispering in your ear that says, "Stop, drop to your knees." And you fight the urge to do so, but you're able to fight it off. Nothing happens.
Can I do an Arcana check now that I'm closer? Would that do anything?
So it would still be your same Arcana check.
Okay.
Unless you're like, are you trying to like rub your hands all over it, that sort of thing, or
Please the tree.
I mean, trying to feel up the tree.
I mean,
Could I do? Would a
you could,
nature
like,
check
wood.
do anything else?
You can go ahead and do a nature check, sure. It's a tree. It's really weird that that's first of all, this is not an area that you would expect to find a tree, much less a white tree is weird. A dead white tree in the middle of what's turning into like volcanic rock. It's definitely not natural. You can say that,
Does it look
but
like
there's
it's
nothing
spread?
magical necessarily about it. I'm sorry, what was that?
Does it look like it's spreading out, or does it look like it's stopped? Like it's
Oh, like it's done? You can't really tell.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to observe it over a long period of time to know. Are you
Can we
still
use, like,
touching the tree, by the way?
perception, Or is it like
No.
Okay.
could you use like perception, or could
For
you use,
what?
like,
What are you trying to
survival or
perceive?
something? I'm trying to figure out what kind of fucking danger we're in right now, because something just doesn't feel right about it.
I mean, something doesn't feel right, but without knowing what you're trying to find out, like there's nothing that you can really roll for, other than
Yeah, I don't really
like
have
yes,
anything
obviously
that I
this
can
is
use.
dangerous.
Well, I guess I'll call out and be like, "We need to get him. He's not moving. We need to pull him backward. Something's foul in the air."
All right. I'll turn around then. He's a giant, so I'm not gonna be able to carry him. So I'm just gonna try
I'll
and...
help you. We can pull him out of the black shit, though. I mean, we can clearly
Yeah,
we
but
can
then
grab his hands,
we're
right?
all gonna have to be doing those
How-
saving throws and stuff.
How is
If
he
we're
standing?
right there.
He's
Yeah,
just
'cause you're
however he so he's got like 1 foot in essentially right now because he was just trying to put a foot in to test it. So he's standing like 1 step forward, just standing, exactly how he stepped.
Well, I'm assuming if you touch him, who's touching the thing, it's gonna do it to you as well.
How long
we
is a
don't know
quarter
until we
staff?
try.
So I am going to
Like 4 feet maybe.
Because would I be able to stand like right here and push him with the quarterstaff out of it?
You can certainly try.
Wait, before you... I want to fly at him and use my momentum to push him out.
Okay.
Kind of like
Gotta
tackle
be really
him.
heavy.
That's... yeah.
It's a tackle.
I mean, he's paralyzed, so he's not like pushing back against it or anything. Like it's just
No.
It's like running into a brick wall, though.
All right, so you're trying to push at him. Go ahead and make an athletics check real quick first.
Oh god.
You hit him. It thud, and you fall and make a wisdom saving throw.
No.
Oh no! You're falling in the black shit.
Yeah, you are paralyzed. You are paralyzed. Facing Scarlord right now. You hear in your mind, "I told you, stop moving, kneel." The two of you now both hear that same voice whispering in your ear. It says, "Pay respects to the all-powerful god of the undead, Chemosh."
Undead, fantastic.
As that happens, Teothi and Vigar, both of you notice on your left forearm, slowly a cut starts to come across your forearm there.
No.
It's a deep cut, and you see slowly, it's like almost an invisible blade is cutting across your forearm. You each take 1 piercing damage, and
North to south or east to west?
I'm sorry, what?
How is it cutting us? North to south or east to west?
Oh, it's kind of like diagonally.
Okay. So northwest to southwest.
Yes. No, northwest to southeast. Yeah.
So
So you both take 2 points of psychic damage and 1 point of piercing damage. What was that, Zosa?
So you said Keothi's only like one step in.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tie a rope to like one end of the quarterstaff and then use it to loop around him.
Okay. Go ahead.
And then we're gonna pull the rope to drag him back.
Gonna have to try something.
I mean, I'm gonna say you're able to do it. He's right next to you. You're able to go ahead and get it around him. If you're trying to pull him back, then go ahead and make an athletics check. All right. You yank and pull him, and he is now lying on his back, still paralyzed. But he's back here, paralyzed, lying on his back with a rope around him.
Now we gotta get him out of there.
Can we move him back another square?
Yeah, you can move him right now. He's movable.
I'm not the most charismatic of fellas, and I'm not exactly fond of undead, but I guess I'll ask him, what kind of respects does he want?
You don't hear it. You don't hear it. Nope. Only Keothi and Vigar hear that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like, oh, this is bad shit. So we gotta figure a way to get Vigar out of there, because he's clearly collapsed.
As this is all happening, as you're throwing the rope around him and pulling, that wound is deep, and blood starts to drip down from Vigar's arm. Keothi's as well, but Keothi's pulled back before it drips down onto the ground. Vigar, as this is all happening, your blood drips down from that wound and hits the ground in this black tainted earth here. As soon as your blood hits that tainted earth beneath you, the sky overhead turns blood red, and out of the tree comes just this paralyzing, deathly scream. I need everybody, except for Keothi. No, never mind. Everybody, sorry, to make a DC 13 Constitution check. Constitution saving throw, rather. Sorry.
Easy. Oh God. I've ruined everything for everyone.
This is totally going to take your guys' choices away from each other. You're totally going to take your choices away. So... Vigar, you take 6 points of psychic damage.
My gosh.
Everyone else, you drop down to 1 hit point, and you are unable to move. You are all paralyzed, except for, well, actually, Vigar, you already are paralyzed, so whatever.
So we're all
This might not be a bad thing, because then I might roll something.
Yeah.
Dragonborn if I die.
As that
Fucking
screech
come back, all my
happens, the
friends
tree in
dead.
front of you kind of like blurs a bit, and from the tree you see this horrifying visage of a white, ghostly female form that just arises up from the tree. It doesn't attack you. Instead, it stands there just spouting at you, praising this Chemash that Vigar and Keothi just heard talked about, telling you he is worthy of your following, of your respect, of your admiration, and of your service, essentially. Once she finishes just this going on and on about this god of the undead, she demands that each of you kneel in service to Chemosh there. Lifts the paralysis so you're all able to move of your own accord. After demanding that you kneel.
Do we kneel?
That's
Do you want 1 or 2 knees on the
I
ground?
mean, we do have a monk, and I really don't think that monk's gonna kneel.
I'm gonna go ahead and kneel, because I want to...
Zosa and Keothi both kneel immediately.
I'm gonna bow down while I kneel. I'm gonna call to prayer this bitch. Like, I'm fully submissive right now.
I'm gonna look at Vale first.
I assume they can understand me then, right?
And I'm gonna play off him.
Fuck. It's not within my nature to kneel to anybody, let alone some undead bitch. Oh, damn.
Keep in mind, kitty cat, you're good. You don't want to die again.
I'm just gonna, if that's what you say to me, and I'm just gonna look at it and be like, I'm already dead anyway. I'm not, because I'm just gonna look at the other ones and be like, these guys have nothing to do with anything here. Let them go. My purpose belongs somewhere else, so I can go leave this world.
She just stares at you again and says, I said kneel, and lets out another blood-curdling scream as she says that.
Is that the Constitution
Nope,
one again?
no. You don't have to make a save or anything
She's
like
gonna
that.
reduce us down to 1 from 1.
No, you're already at 1.
I will say, no, I will not, because that's not what we're here for. We're here to stop something happening. Why are you doing this?
After dropping 3 of the 4 of you down to 1 hit point, I did not expect this to be your choice. Awesome.
I have to play the character.
Awesome. That's amazing. At that point...
Well, I don't know him.
I'm just going to be a look at her and be like, I've just looked at her before she even screams and said, I've seen the Valley of the Shadow of Death. I know where it takes me.
Would ever make it to be old?
Wait, is she white?
Yes. She's all white.
Can I sprout my wings and kind of mimic what she looks like and have my wings look kind of like that?
Sure.
I don't know him either.
So as you two stand there defiantly...
Wait, I also want to say I've already been blessed by whatever this god's name is. And I'm going to tell her to I'm going to say leave us alone. And try to persuade her.
Can I lie to her and tell her that my patron is actually whatever the undead god is?
Zosa, you can go ahead and try and make a persuasion check. Vigar, it don't matter what you say, she knows that bullshit.
Okay.
Perception or persuasion or deception?
Deception, I guess, rather, sorry.
Okay, because I have 8 in that.
Yeah, I mean, she was glad with you kneeling, and she approves of what you have to say right now. That said, though, there's 2 of you being defiant, so the tree shakes once again, blurs, and out of the tree form 5 more shadowy figures, in addition to the 1 white one that was there already. She states, I'm giving you 1 last chance to kneel before you die.
I'll just look at Vigar and I'll be like, this isn't your fight. You just do as she says. I've already been dead once, but I can't submit myself to a darkness like this.
I'm gonna
I'll kneel.
crawl. I'm gonna kneel, crawl sideways away from that.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow suit. I'm just gonna back up.
Alright, so Keothi and Zosa, after you kneeled, you are paralyzed again. Unable to move. Vigar, you end up deciding to submit and kneel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that case, you are also paralyzed right now. The 3 of you watch as all 5 of the shadowy figures rush at Veil of Shadows. All 5 of them begin to at once drain what life remains from his body. You watch horrified as you just see these black shadowy figures just sucking the life force out of your friend here. You saw him die once. Clearly that wasn't enough. As the life force just drains from his eyes. It's very much like the Dementors, and it just doesn't end. And it's going and going. And they eventually stop and return back, disappearing into the tree as Veil of Shadow's body just collapses over lifeless. The 3 who remain, you see the image of the the white ghostly figure disappear, and on your left forearm, right around the area where Vigar and Keothi both had this cut form, a brand of a yellow skull gets seared into your flesh there. That
Does
is
that
where.
do my 1 health the damage?
No, it doesn't do any damage. No, that would be amazing though, right? You're all down now. That right there is where we will go ahead and leave it for the evening. Veil of Shadows, lifeless in front of you, the three of you having chosen to submit to whoever Chamos is, whether truthfully or as a ruse to survive. You have this brand emblazoned on your forearms now.
Yeah, the character would honestly rather die than to submit himself to a darkness like that.
I really want to cast Scorching Ray on this stupid tree right now.